So for question 2 of this paper 3-2 of 9709 May June 2021, we have been asked to sketch on an Argand diagram and shade the region whose points represent complex number z satisfying the inequalities that are given. So let's look at these one by one. First, let's take a look at this one. So we have modulus z plus 1 minus I modulus less than equals 1. So through experience and looking at past questions, you should know that we need to draw a circle. And the first thing we need to do is change this into minus. So that would be z minus 1 plus I, because it was already minus I, so now it's plus I, less than modulus close, less than equals to 1. Now by doing this, we can know that we have to draw a circle and its center is the point minus 1 comma I, and the radius is equal to 1. Okay, now let's apply the same concept to this other inequality we've been given. So that is arg z minus 1 less than equals to 3 pi over 4. So this is again going to be a circle, and we already have a minus sign in the middle, which is good because minus sign is what you want when you're dealing with modulus or arguments. And we have 3 pi over 4. So just for argument's sake, 3 times 180 divided by 4, the angle would be 135 degrees. So now by looking at this inequality, we know that the point we have is going to be 1 and 0I, and our angle, as in our arg, is going to be 3 pi over 4. If you didn't get how I got this information, I'll just rewrite it for you. We have arg and then just z minus. So after the minus, we have just the 1 that was written over here. And since there's no I written, it's 0I. Okay, and then the rest is the same, just less than equals to 3 pi over 4. So this is how I got these points over here. Now, if we try to draw these, if I try to draw this first inequality, let's take a vertical axis and we have a horizontal axis. So this is going to be my real axis and this will be the imaginary one. Now, minus 1 on the x-axis would be like, we could take it here, and then I, that's positive I, so that's going to be here. So the point for these two is going to be right here, and our radius is 1, so we could just take this as 1, 1, 1, and 1. Sorry, that's a little low there. So of course you can use a compass to get this just right, but just roughly that is going to be our circle there. So yeah, that's better. So that's just very roughly. And since we have less than equals to, we're going to shade inside the circle. So for the first inequality, that is your sketch. Now, if you take a look at the second one, we will again apply the same principles. We have our vertical axis and horizontal axis. This is the real one and this is imaginary. And we have our point 1 and 0I. So 1 would be over here, and 0I, that just means we're on the y-axis. So this is our point, and we have our angle 135 degrees. So that gives us an idea that it's going to be an obtuse angle. And if we just draw a little straight 90 degrees over here, we have 90 degrees over here as well. So 135 is just 90 plus 45. So we already have 90 over here. And then it should be exactly halfway across this. So that should be right here. So this angle is what we're trying to draw. And of course you could use a protractor and you should make this as neat as possible to get the perfect shading. And that is our second drawing, but what we're going to be shading is this left side of this line because it says less than equals to. So now if I want to draw these two together, let's just try and draw it as properly as we can now. We have our horizontal and vertical axes. We have this as real and this as imaginary, and we had our point here and here, so roughly here. That might not be too accurate actually. Let's try over here. Yeah, so we have a circle here, and after that we have our point 1 over here, and then we have our 135-degree angle going just like this. There. So now we can see the only place that these two are overlapping would be this area here. So that is exactly what you have to shade. So hope that was understandable.